Well, ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to yet another episode of Monday Night Raw. Tonight we're coming live from Atlanta, Georgia, and what a hell of a show we have in store. As you saw from the top of the hour here, the beginning of the program, we caught some security footage there of what looked to be like Big Cass laid out in the parking lot before the show even started. So, I mean, if that's any indicator of how tonight's going to go, and to top that, I mean, he was out there covered in a pool of his own blood or surrounded by the cars. I mean, I don't know. He looked like he was dressed to wrestle, but, I mean, that's all the security footage we have right now. But to top that, I mean, the first match of the night, we got Sheamus and Cesaro, and look, this is how Raw is going to start tonight. Cesaro opens us up, and of course, Sheamus is just can't even wait to be bothered, you know, for an entrance or anything. He just wants to come out and start this match. He didn't attack Cesaro from the he just ran into the ring. I've never seen anything like this. He just ran out to the ring behind Cesaro, hurried up and ran into the ring before Cesaro. I mean, we do know how competitive both of these guys are, seemingly especially against one another. But Sheamus grabs the upper hand here as Cesaro didn't even get his jacket or his towel off there, and Sheamus just dumps him to the outside. He's in a hurry to do some ass kicking here tonight. And Sheamus is not being paid by the hour here, I guess. He wants to dispose of Cesaro, but of course that's going to be easier said than done. We know Cesaro is a well-renowned athlete in the ring there, and the success of the bar has just as much to do with Cesaro as it did with Sheamus. And I hate to see that tag team break up, but I don't mind seeing Sheamus and Cesaro going one-on-one against each other. I could watch this every week for all I'm concerned. I mean, Sheamus just whips him into that barricade. He went out to the crowd there. I don't know if he was debating on... I mean, I don't know. Sheamus... We don't really even know what started the breakup here with the bar. It seemed to stem from the Elimination Chamber. Well, the Royal Rumble. They lost their tag team titles, and then each member actually chose to forego the rematch for the tag team championships and pursue a spot for the Elimination Chamber, which both were granted, but I guess they went about it the wrong way. They each went behind each other's back to the general manager without the other knowing, and that seems to be what set off this this distrust. And then again, once these two get at it, look at this. The ring can't even contain these guys. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to take a break. We will be right back. Where are they going?
Looks like he's going to grace us with his presence once more. This is going to get interesting.
And we are welcomed by the presence of a new look Dolph Ziggler here tonight. Looks like he's got a little bit of a new attire here, a little bit of matching his new attitude, I guess. It looks like an NWO throwback, but the logos are a little backwards there, Dolph. It says OWN, buddy. Might want to straighten that out. So Dolph Ziggler is out here tonight basically stating that, yes, he and Adam Cole have developed a unit that will be stronger than the Shield, stronger than D-Generation X, even stronger than the NWO. This unit's going to be the future of WWE, and they are called the OWN. Our world now. So Dolph Ziggler and Adam Cole basically out here. Well, Adam Cole's not out here yet, but Dolph Ziggler's out here really just getting ready to take Monday Night Raw by storm and rejuvenate his career as well. Guess maybe he derives some inspiration from Stinger. And he is calling out, he is issuing a challenge next week for Shawn Michaels to come out here. Dolph Ziggler is calling out Shawn Michaels? Oh, I misunderstood. He wants him tonight. I don't think Shawn Michaels is here tonight. Why would... I guess Dolph Ziggler's looking to prove... Well, wait a minute. You know who is here? The Raw General Manager, Chris Jericho, is in the house tonight. He has answered the call of Dolph Ziggler. Why would Dolph Ziggler want to be calling out HBK now? Maybe, I guess, just to show him that he's making strides. I don't know.
We thought we might see him tonight.
This all stemmed from HBK challenging Dolph Ziggler to step up his game and really put up or shut up as far as using the HBK image and gimmick. But Dolph Ziggler seems to have answered the bell, and he's made some great strides here with victory over Brock Lesnar recently at Elimination Chamber. Yeah, he had a little bit of help, but hey. Chris Jericho is out here basically stating Dolph Ziggler needs to calm down. He hasn't done jack shit yet. The only reason he beat Brock Lesnar was because Adam Cole blindsided Lesnar with a super kick. Dolph Ziggler hasn't done anything to earn respect yet. Unbelievable.
No love between these two.
Last week on Raw, we also saw Adam Cole and Dolph Ziggler, you know, we saw their antics at work as well last week. Doesn't seem like they're going to be too friendly or too fair here in the WWE on Monday Night Raw, but Dolph Ziggler has some back talk, of course, nothing new.
Okay.
Chris Jericho stating, you want to be the man, you want to be the big dog, where you're going to have to take down the big dogs. So tonight he has a match set up for Dolph Ziggler against the Universal Champion Sting. Wow. Unbelievable. Excuse me. So Dolph Ziggler clamoring for respect. I mean, how can you really complain about respect when Chris Jericho just puts you in a match against the #1 guy here on Raw? I mean, it's not for the title, and that's, of course, what he's bitching about. He wants it to be for the championship. Dolph Ziggler stating he deserves the title. But Chris Jericho insinuating once again Dolph hasn't done anything to earn this. This is more or less a favor from Jericho to Dolph just because he's seen some improvements over the last few weeks. But if he beats the Universal Champion here tonight, then he maybe he'll get a shot later on down the line. Huh. That's very interesting. Dolph Ziggler, though, states we can have a match, but it's not going to be tonight. You've pissed me off way too much to concentrate. So Dolph Ziggler is not even happy about getting an opportunity against the Universal Champion. What is going on? So he and Adam Cole developed this new friendship, and they got this new little group going on, and Jericho gives him an opportunity, and Dolph basically spits in his face. And more trash talking from Dolph Ziggler. Basically calling Chris Jericho a joke of a general manager. He was couldn't even show up to work last week. Triple H had to fill in for him. Basically calling him pathetic. Wow. The only joke around here is you. Oh my God. Well, tonight, Dolph Ziggler gets his chance to put his money where his mouth is, and that match will happen. Chris Jericho says it's already been signed and sealed. Dolph Ziggler will take on Sting later tonight. What a blockbuster announcement that was. What a huge blockbuster announcement we were just left with before the break. My God, I mean, I haven't even had a chance to breathe in this episode yet. So let's recap here while we have a chance, okay? So we opened, before the show even opened, we saw a shot from the security cameras of Big Cass laid out in the back in a pool of his own blood in the parking lot. The show then was able to start, and with Cesaro and Sheamus is supposedly in a one-on-one match, but of course you see the result. Cesaro and Sheamus, the ring is not going to be able to contain all that hatred they have for all the competitive. Hatred is not the right word. It's competitiveness with those two. And they seemingly, they went all the way up the ramp. They went to the back, and my God, Dolph Ziggler came out here and stated that he's starting a new alliance with Adam Cole called the OWN, Our World Now. General Manager Chris Jericho came out and basically told him that That's all good and fine, but tonight he's got to step up. He's got a match against the Universal Champion Sting. I mean, so far, this Raw, we're 10 minutes in, and this has just been unbelievable, you know? Well, I mean, we're more than 10 minutes in, but you know what I'm saying. I mean, this has just been an action-packed Raw, and here we go. Now we got Ember Moon and a surprise tag team partner taking on Nia Jax and Liv Morgan. And if you remember last week, we had some complications. Oh, here we go. And it looks like Ember Moon was able to find herself a partner. She's a little late to the party here as Ember didn't even get to the ring, but Naomi will be stepping up to take on Nia Jax and Liv Morgan here. But again, as I was saying, if you remember last week, Nia Jax had a bit of a confrontation. I call it a confrontation. She basically beat the shit out of Ember Moon in Triple H's office last week. I can only assume at the orders of Alexa Bliss, who is still a little upset about losing that Raw Women's Championship. She's got to be a little bitter. But right now, Nia and Liv Morgan are in complete control of Ember Moon and Naomi here. Kind of surprised to see Naomi out here. I didn't know her and Ember Moon were even really friends, but it makes sense. I mean, common enemies, or you know, friends have common enemies. It's just everybody hates Team Rude, so why not? I guess team up and take them out. But that's going to be easier said than done. I mean, looks like Naomi's having her fair share of issues with Liv Morgan over there. And Nia Jax, is there really anybody on this roster that can contain this woman? When she really gets going, it's hard to come up with a list of people who can really challenge her and go toe to toe. Naomi seems to have turned things around, but there you go. Nia Jax just grabs her out of nowhere. Naomi's able to slip out with that athleticism. She's looking for drop kicks, but she's missing left and right. That's not going to help her cause here. Nia's able to grab her in a big suplex there. As Ember Moon's got Liv Morgan in a little bit of trouble up there on the other side, but there's Nia again. I mean, this woman, don't let her size fool you. She covers the entire ring. And yes, I do believe she can take on two women at one time and come out successful. Look at that right there. She just literally just threw our Raw Women's Champion down to the ground like she was a piece of trash. But Ember's fighting back. It just might not be enough. Naomi's out there looking like she's looking to hit Liv Morgan, but Nia is just a beast. Nia Jax just threw Naomi into the ring, and then again just shoved Ember Moon down like she was nothing. Excuse me. Liv Morgan with a beautiful crossbody stretching halfway across the ring there. And that took some air out of Naomi, it looks like. Ember Moon with a nice jawbreaker on Nia. And that's the way you're going to have to beat this woman. You're either going to have to take out her legs, or you're going to have to do these types of moves that kind of just somehow are able to just knock her out and get her off her feet. But, oh man, you got to stay away from her grip. You got to hit her from a distance. If you get too close in there with Nia Jax, you're not going to win that battle. And Ember Moon is in a lot of trouble here. She's up for the Samoan drop. Oh, and Nia hits it. The women's champion is in trouble. Naomi's over here taking care of business, it looks like, but Nia's got Ember really, really on the ropes here. Big spine buster. And again, Team Rude, we've seen this strategy before, where if they have their sights locked on somebody, you know, go back and watch the footage with Asuka for the 4 or 5 weeks that she was just being harassed by Team Rude and just really decimated and picked apart. And to me, it looks like Team Rude's kind of got their sights set on Ember Moon, which, of course, that makes sense. You know, the champion's always going to be a target. Nice snake eyes there by Naomi in the corner. But, again, Nia Jax was able to catch Ember Moon off guard last week and put a beating on her down there in the back. And of course this week looks to be no different. Ember Moon's over there lying on her back. Naomi's left to fend for herself. Liv Morgan's going up to the top. What's she have in mind now? Ember Moon's finally coming back to her feet. Oh, a nice elbow from the top by Liv Morgan. Nia Jax just squashes Naomi in the corner there. And I got to tell you, oh, here we got a cover. This could be it. 1, 2, and oh! What? Oh, man, I don't know about that one, ref. Looked like she was down, but I guess the ref said Ember Moon got a shoulder up there before the 3 count. I might have to see some video footage of that. But Nia's got Naomi rolled up, and she was only able to get a 2 count, miraculously. Naomi was somehow able to push that big body of Nia off of there and break up the pinfall. A lot of action going on in this one, but again, a little noticeable here is the absence of Alexa Bliss. She has been on a bit of a downslide recently, and I guess maybe she might have stayed home this week to kind of regroup a little bit and reset herself, but she's had some hellacious battles over the last few weeks and months with Asuka, really, to name her number 1 thorn in her side there. But now, of course, Ember Moon recently able to capture that Raw Women's Championship from Bliss. Oh, and a nice split-legged moonsault from Naomi. And she's going for that cover, but she's not going to get it. Nia Jax is going to make sure of that. Oh, a big headbutt. And this woman is just vicious, devastating. Everything she does is just so destructive. She's just so much larger. She's got that size advantage in almost any fight. But Ember Moon with a springboard clothesline misses in the corner. She's able to duck out of that. Naomi's got Liv Morgan wrapped up in the glow here. And Liv Morgan, Nia can't save her. And Liv Morgan taps out. And just like that, Naomi and Ember Moon are able to take down Team Rude. Team Rude dominated this match from the start, but don't ever count out the women's champion Ember Moon, and now that she's found herself an ally, the playing field is evened out a little bit. We may have a very competent women's champion on our hands. Ladies and gentlemen, right now we're going to reshift our focus a little bit, and we're going to take you back to what happened last week after Raw went off the air. Roman Reigns and Lars Sullivan were locked up in a cage match last week where Roman was able to make the escape, but then this happened. We saw the debut of the War Machine on Raw. And again, keep in mind, this is last week after Raw went off the air. Lars Sullivan had already cleared the arena, or the ring area, ringside area. And we were wondering, where was the Shield? Where were Seth Rollins and Dean Ambrose? Well, it turns out we found out that they had already left the arena. Roman Reigns told him it was all good, he can handle this. There was no Aiden English, there was no Jack Gallagher down there. Roman Reigns was confident that he could take on Lars Sullivan one-on-one, which he did, and he was able to come out victorious. But again, nobody saw this coming after the match. And we know these two guys are aligned with Curtis Axel in perfect protection, but obviously this was uncalled for. This had nothing to do with anybody breaking any security rules. This had nothing to do with maintaining any type of order. This was basically just two guys coming out here making a statement against one of the biggest and the best here on Raw. And they knew that he was weak. They knew that he was alone. They knew that he'd just been through a huge match with Lars Sullivan, and his brothers were gone. Ambrose and Rollins weren't there to save him. So this was just vultures picking apart a dead body, basically. But you can see the impact that they have. These guys are monsters in themselves. Everything that they do just carries such weight and such impact. Look at this move. A reverse front. I don't even know what the hell to call that. It basically hurts is what you want to call it. It puts Roman Reigns down. They double team, slamming his face into the mat. And again, if you take notice, I don't see anybody else coming to help Roman Reigns. I don't see any security out here. I don't see anybody from the back coming out. I know Ambrose and Rollins were gone, but this was just vultures tearing apart a dead body here. And it just continued. I mean, this went on. This whole attack lasted about 10 minutes after the match was over and after Raw was off the air. And again, Curtis Axel seems to have he knows what he's doing. He's got AOP over on SmackDown, and over here he's got these two beasts. And this just led to destruction. My God, Hansen and Rowe slamming his head off the back of the mat. We switched later on. Again, this whole attack went on for about 10 minutes. And high impact moves like that. Raymond Rowe, big, easily 300 plus pounds coming off the top rope onto Roman's back. And then he flips him over and big giant moonsault there. Again, that's 300 plus pounds coming down on Roman Reigns. And a humongous choke slam. This was, even if love him or hate him, Roman Reigns, I mean, this was a little hard to watch. Just dismantling Roman Reigns, obviously trying to injure him. And Curtis Axel has himself some winners on his hand. And just for spite, Raymond Rowe went for the cover there. But these guys really, we are seeing the debut of a dominant team. These guys could be just dangerous for the entire tag team division on Raw. Not only that, they could be dangerous for everybody, every superstar here on Raw at the command of Curtis Axel. But up next, we will see them in action against Breezango in their official first match, their debut, the debut of the War Machine. And welcome back once again, ladies and gentlemen, coming live from Atlanta, Georgia tonight, as we see two guys that I really can't understand why these guys would have accepted this match. I guess as a competitor, I guess I can, you know. That's how you're gonna move up here in WWE. You gotta fight the big boys, you know. You gotta beat the best to become the best. To be the man, you gotta beat the man. So Breezango have volunteered to be the first competitors to step up against War Machine in their first match here. We'll see the debut of these two monsters officially. But again, last week we saw an impressive outing from these guys, albeit from a sneak attack, but to do what they did to Roman Reigns, I mean, I don't know if Roman Reigns is going to be back even in time for WrestleMania. These guys are just serious, down to business, vicious. And tonight they got Curtis Axel with them too, so there you go. There's another little advantage in their corner, like they need it. These guys are beasts. They got that old school, like, Viking warlord looking mentality there. And again, I don't know what Tyler Breeze and Fandango are thinking. I guess, but you never know. You know, a quick roll. It only takes 3 seconds. If they can get one of these guys rolled up, or, you know, put them in a submission hold. I mean, I really don't think that that's going to happen, but I have been surprised before. And it looks like Tyler Breeze is going to be starting things out here with Hansen. And Hansen quickly able to counter Tyler Breeze's advance there. Deliver a humongous right hand to the gut. Tyler Breeze can hold his own, though. And Curtis Axel picking up Hansen, not even letting him show any type of weakness, being on the ground or anything like that. And again, this guy, Curtis Axel, I think we all underestimated him, didn't we? At one point in his career, he was kind of like a joke, but he seems to have developed a niche for the security business. No, he's definitely got an eye for recruitment, I can see. He brought AOP. Somehow he's got them on his side. I don't know, he must have some funds coming in somewhere, but he's got AOP kind of running things over there on SmackDown and taking control. And then over here on Raw, he's recruited the War Machine from New Japan. And you'll see the ability. There's Raymond Rowe. This guy's not a normal big guy, you know. He's more along the lines of the Vaders and the big, you know, Bam Bam Bigelows and the big guys that can actually move in the ring. He's extremely impressive. I mean, he can match you move for move. He can go up top, hit the moonsaults, the leg drops. He can cartwheel it in the ring. Don't let his size fool you. He's an extremely agile competitor. Missed a crossbody there, but again, he's in there with Fandango, who himself is... He's got the moves. We all know that. Don't take anything away from him. He might not be able to pick up the victories here and there, but we know Fandango's got the moves. That's for sure. Raymond Rose got him in a gut wrench. Oh, suplex there. And again, everything that these guys do, oh my God, just has such impact in their moves. It's like getting hit with a freaking Mack truck. Fandango's in trouble now. He's over there. He might get first double team here. And here we go. Oh, what a move. Again, that one had a lot of force coming down. 2 300-pounders slamming you there. Fandango's not able to get back up to his feet. Here he goes. Oh, but he grabs Hansen into a Northern Lights. What the hell? I guess don't ever count out Fandango. But again, not much damage done there. Duh. Hansen and Rowe, it's going to take a lot to get these guys down. And this is just... I look at these guys, and I think Curtis Axel has it made now, you know. I really don't think anybody's going to be stepping up in Curtis Axel's face anymore. But not only that, I think we might be facing a little bit of corruption here. Corruption of power on Curtis Axel's part. He knows he's got all these beasts and these machines in his corner. He's a well-protected man. Again, I wouldn't be looking to mess with Curtis Axel. And here we go. Hansen's got him, and Rowe with the big leg drop off the top. That is their finisher. Rowe's able to head over there and take care of Tyler Breeze, and that's going to be it, folks. I guarantee it. Not many guys ever kick out of that move. And that's a 3 count. And we do see in their debut on Raw, the War Machine picks up their first victory. And I have a feeling it's going to be the first of many. I think the Raw Tag Team division has officially been put on notice. Well, ladies and gentlemen, oh, wait a minute. We're getting word there's something going on in the back. And here we go. Sheamus and Cesaro apparently not finished with their one-on-one match that started us out tonight. Taking it to the back here, and Cesaro slams Sheamus into the locker room area there. And these guys just, I have a feeling this is going to be a rival. This is going to be this type of rivalry where we're just going to, I don't think they can keep their hands off each other. You know, they really want to prove that each man is better than the other. That's how their whole tag team really got started, was with that Best of 7 series a few years ago. Sheamus with a huge trash can shot to Cesaro's noggin there. Whips Cesaro into the table. He caught his abs pretty good, but he's tough. He's resilient. And this fight seems to be just carrying on throughout the arena. Sheamus has got him up. Is he going to do it? No, don't do it. Don't do it, man. Oh, that's his brother. We'll be right back. Be sure to join us for part 2.